Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Katrina, and today's video is going to be a chit chat. Get ready with me. We're going to be getting this look together. So if you want to see how I accomplished this look and you want to have a little bit of chit chat with me, then just keep on watching. I'm gonna start off with brows. Normally with brows, y'all, I have to I can't talk and do my brows. So we gonna see if I'm able to do it. And if not, then I'll just do my brows and then come back. So, I don't know what's been going on with my skin lately. I haven't been doing anything different. So, I don't know what could be causing it to kind of act crazy like it is. So, I am going to be filming a haul that you guys will either see before this video or after from Dollar Tree. Like, don't sleep on Dollar Tree because I was able to find quite a few e.l.f. products in Dollar Tree that I actually like and that I actually use. I love when I go to Dollar Tree and I'm able to find e.l.f. brushes because I do use e.l.f. well, some of e.l.f. brushes that are like my favorites. Like I use their eyeshadow brush. I also use their foundation brush. I use their highlighter brush. I also use their blush brush. And I also use some of their blending brushes. So when I'm able to find some of their brushes that are normally between like $4 and $6 at Dollar Tree, I grab like 4 to 5. But I don't like, okay, tell me if I'm weird, y'all. So when I'm purchasing, like, say for instance with the e.l.f. brushes, like I'm that type of person where I don't like to buy an odd number of things. So I'll buy an extra one just so I can get an even number, or put one back so that way I'm not purchasing an odd number of items. Is anybody else like that, or am I just like weird? Am I weird? Y'all can tell me if I'm weird. It's okay. e.l.f. has a lot of good products that I do actually like and use. So I'm gonna share that haul with you guys here soon. If it's not, like I said, if it's not before this video comes out, it'll definitely be after. I need to get my brows done. Hopefully my brow lady is back. I spent like the last couple of months like not getting my brows done because my brow lady, she had been gone for like over a month. I was going there every week looking for her and she wasn't there. So finally when I went to St. Louis, I went to one of my old brow people and she jacked me up, but then my brows are growing back now at this point, so it really doesn't matter. And the fact that I feel my brows in and all that good stuff, like, it's cool. I just recently got back from my trip to Miami. It was a vacation, and y'all, I wanted to vlog, and I just got there and just didn't feel like it. It be like that sometimes. Like, I was really excited, like, oh, this gonna be a good vlog, some good content, but y'all, But I had fun. A few of the places that we went to, we did go to Bar One, which is the restaurant of Peter Thomas from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. His restaurant, it was such a vibe, and the food was so good. I got the jerk chicken pasta, I believe it was called, and I also tried the Bahamian macaroni and cheese, and it was all so good. And I was happy because, you know, sometimes with celebrities and their restaurants, like, their name itself is what brings the traffic, but then they food just be either mediocre or be overpriced and things like that. But, you know, I feel like the prices were reasonable. The atmosphere was so chill and laid back. Like, the lights were like dim. They had little candles at your table, and they were playing like all the hits, like it was a DJ there. So it was a vibe, and I really enjoyed it, and I feel like it was worth the coin. So if you go to Miami and want like a nice little spot where you can get cute and, you know, have a little date with your friends or your man, like, that was a good spot. Like, I'm glad that I went. So this was the ColourPop Brow Boss in the shade dark brown. I love this brow pencil, LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn, in order to clean up my brows. Now, if you are new at doing your brows, I would definitely recommend like using, oh shoot, I need to mix this up, using a shade that's closer to your skin complexion on the top of your brow to clean it up, especially if you're just, it's still squirting the shit out. Especially if you're a beginner when it comes to doing your makeup and your brows and stuff. Just because it's easier to blend a shade that's similar to your complexion than it is to try to blend something that's, you know, a couple shades lighter than your skin complexion like this one is for me. So, yeah. And where else did we go? We also went to this restaurant called Pink Taco, where they literally have pink tacos, and it was so good. And the drinks were good as well. And then, hold on, y'all, because I'm trying to get this. The drinks were good. And then we also went, of course, to Wet Willie's. That's always a fave of Miami because them drinks will knock you off your feet. Like, Wet Willie's is definitely one of those places that you always should go to. The first time I went to Wet Willie's in Miami was in 2011. And those drinks never disappoint. Call a cab is always my favorite go-to drink because you definitely will need to call somebody to get you, especially if you have more than one. Like with the call a cab, one drink is my max. Like I can't do two of those or I really will be on my ass. For real, for real. So yeah, I'm trying to think. Where else did we go for our trip? Our trip was like super chill. Went to the beach, went to the pool at our hotel. We stayed at Hotel Victor. So we was right there on Miami Beach. And it was a decent little spot because if you've been to Miami, you know how their hotels are boutiques. So they're not your normal like hotels. They're smaller and, you know, sometimes they are older as well. But this one you could tell had been updated, so it was decent. It had some good artwork in it as well. I was so exhausted once we got back. Like, is anybody else like you go on vacation and then you need a vacation after the vacation, like to get your body back right and together before you go back to working and stuff? Like, that is so me. I really be needing like another vacation from the vacation that I had. Like, I'd be tired as ever. I think it's more so the traveling that makes me tired than anything else. Like, once you come back from your trip. Let me go ahead and finish up these brows real quick. All right, y'all. So, the brows are done. So, what I'm going to do now is use my Milk Hydro Grip Primer on my face. Y'all, ever since I started using this Milk Hydro Grip Primer, like, I don't use nothing else. If you watch any of my previous videos, which there ain't many because I haven't done makeup on my channel as much as I would have liked, but that's definitely something that I plan to implement. I used to use Milk of Magnesia because, y'all, I have very oily skin, and Milk of Magnesia was the only thing that would keep me from getting too oily. And I know a lot of you say, that's not made for your face and blah, blah, blah. I know it ain't made for my face, but it worked on my face. It didn't break my face out. I didn't have any adverse reactions from it. So I used it, and that was that. But now, Milk Hydro Grip Primer is my ish. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be doing is foundation, and I'm going to be using the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation in the shade Marquises. Y'all, so when I first tried this foundation, I was just like, yeah, it's all right. But baby, I've been using this lately a lot, and I have to say I absolutely love this foundation. I love the finish that it gives me. I love the color. It's just everything. So if you haven't tried this, I would definitely recommend you trying this foundation. It is bomb. So yeah, so now I want to give y'all a little short story time about me purchasing this wig. Like, it's so important for me in this day and age, and just in general, to support Black businesses, especially small Black owned businesses. Like, that's so important for me. Not only are you supporting someone's dream, but it also supports our community, which a lot of us, you know, we have a dream that we want to pursue, but we can't due to finances or because we just don't have all of the tools and resources in order to be able to do it. So anytime I have an opportunity in order to support a Black business, I will. I will say though, in my experiences of supporting Black businesses, I have really had some not so great experiences. Now, I'm not going to discount the fact that I do have a list of Black owned businesses that I will religiously support, that have great customer service, that I haven't had any issues with, and I continuously support their business. So we're not going to take away from the people who know how to run their businesses. But the people who don't, y'all, I just waste foundation on my legs, y'all. But it's just so hard because it becomes so frustrating. And it's just like, seriously? So it's like in that field or that capacity when you're trying to find, like, when it comes to like boutiques and clothes, I have a Black business. I have a couple of Black businesses that I definitely will support. So I ain't looking for no one new to try at this moment in time. So, you know, but I wanted to support a Black business owner when it came to wigs, because I still have yet to find a Black, because usually, y'all, I usually buy bundles and I make my own wigs. So I have been following Makeup Doll forever, like on YouTube, even before she started making wigs and stuff. Like, I was following her on YouTube and everything. So eventually, you know, I have been following her on Snapchat for quite some time. And so I was like, I have been contemplating, y'all, for at least a good year or so, like purchasing a wig from her, because her wigs are always so cute and, you know, she's always advertising her wigs. So I'm like, I want to try one. So after I purchased it, I purchased this, like, I think it was Brazilian body wave or something. I'm gonna have to look at my invoice in order to see. So I purchased this wig, and like when she sent the invoice, she was like, hurry up and pay your invoice so that way the wig doesn't sell out. So I'm like, okay, let me just go on and pay for this and, you know, keep on my way. Little did I know, I didn't like read everything. I just paid for it. So I also went to YouTube to try to see if I could find like any reviews on her wigs or anything like this. Now, mind you, I do this with any wig that I purchase. Like, there's been plenty of companies that are not Black owned that I have not purchased wigs from, because I go to YouTube and search for reviews, especially from smaller channels like myself, where I know that the feedback is going to be good. Not saying that bigger channels don't give like true feedback, but I do believe that sometimes the product that they receive is a lot different from the products that, you know, customers who actually purchase the items are receiving. So I don't think that other YouTubers be lying. I just feel like the product that they get is up to par, whereas everyone else, once they start buying it, it slowly starts to like dip off and it don't be as good. So there wasn't many reviews, but I did come across this one person's channel who pretty much said, you know, that the wig came in late, even though she had paid to get it expedited. And, you know, it just wasn't worth what she paid. And I'm like, damn, I wish I had seen this review before I ordered it, but I'm going to take my chance on it. So after it had been a week and I hadn't got notification that my wig shipped, I went back and looked at my invoice. Little did I know that the invoice said that it takes 21 business days in order to process your wig. And I'm like, damn, that's a long time. Shoot, I could get a wig quicker from China. But I'm like, whatever. That's on me because I didn't read this, but I still should have it in time to go on my trip. Y'all, I ain't got this wig sat down, so y'all be all right. I'm like, but I should still have it in time to go on my trip, which is the trip that I just went on. So 21 business days passed. Still no notification that my wig has shipped. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give her, you know, a couple more business days, you know, just for, you know, kicks and giggles, just to, you know, give people time. I understand I don't want to be that customer that be right on your ass, like right at the 21st business day. Although I did ask a few people, I didn't tell them what it was. I'm like, if you order something and they said it takes 21 business days to process, how many days will you give them in order for you to be updated with your shipping? Am I the only person that, when I'm doing my makeup, my nose runs? Like, it never fails. Every time I do my makeup, my nose runs. But anyway, and most people told me like the 22nd day. So I gave it 24 business days, which actually equaled to like 33 or 34 actual days. So it had been a whole month since I had ordered this wig, y'all. And I hadn't got any tracking. So I emailed her And then I also called my bank because I'm like, I need to put in a dispute for this because I haven't received the item. I haven't received any communication from this person. I haven't received any tracking. I haven't received anything. So because of the way that she has you pay for it via Squarespace, which is just like exchanging cash. So when my bank told me that, I'm like, oh shit, I'm messed up on $145. But luckily my bank was like, we can still put in, you know, a dispute for you and give you a temporary credit. So I emailed her and, you know, I let her know like, hey, it's been 24 business days. I haven't received any shipping information or anything. I have contacted my bank in order to dispute the transaction. You know, these are the terms and conditions in which you set forth in your policies, but you're not following them. Y'all, to this day, now mind you, I ordered this wig I paid for this wig and ordered it on August 10th. I reached out to her, I want to say like the 13th or something. I'm going to insert it here if my dates are incorrect so that way I can give y'all like the real date. September 13th, I want to say. Somewhere around there. To this day, which is now September, what's today? Today is September 23rd. She has not responded to my email. And that's what pissed me off. Like, it's one thing for you to, you know, reach out to me and say, I apologize. I've been, you know, my orders are kind of behind, but I will definitely get to yours if you still want to wait for your wig or something. She didn't respond at all. And that's what made me like want to talk about it in the video, because it's just like, for you not to respond at all, that's like a slap in my face as someone who was trying to support you. And like, it really made me mad because I mean, I'm sure like not everybody doesn't get their wig on time. This could be like a one-off situation, but it still made me mad as someone who has purchased something from you that could potentially be a consumer in the future as well, for you not to respond. To this day, she has not responded at all. And at this point, it's been pretty much a month and a half since I actually ordered the wig. So for you not to communicate with me or not say anything, like, my coins, like, I work for them and I work hard for them. So when I'm spending them with you, I expect for you to respect me just as much as I respect you. Like, you have your specific policies on how you run your business and you want me to follow that. So it's just like, you should give your consumers the same courtesy. So the fact that she didn't do that, I really like completely look at her totally different. I would have appreciated her just telling me like, hey, I haven't gotten to your order, or hey, I got tied up with orders, I'm behind, or hey, you know, I forgot all about your order, like something. But to not communicate with me at all, like, that just turned me all the way off. So I just stopped following her on Snapchat and everywhere else, because I can't support somebody who, at this point, it looks like you was just trying to get me for my money. I'm not saying that that's the case, because I'm sure people have gotten their wigs and were happy with their wigs that has ordered from her. But based off my experience and based on the fact that you didn't respond to me and you didn't have the courtesy to apologize, or you didn't have the courtesy to say anything, that makes me feel like you was just trying to get over on me. And that's just how I feel. Am I tripping? Like, let me know if I'm tripping for feeling the way that I feel, because I'm just like, that's how you doing? Like, that's how you running your business? So I was just pissed, because then I had to like do a plan B in order to get a wig for the trip, which I ended up with this cute little Synthetica. And y'all, I usually don't do synthetic wigs because they don't last and they usually like get nappy real quick. But this wig, like, I had it for almost a week now. Well, had it on almost a week now. Now I do take it off at the end of the night, but for this to be a synthetic wig for $40, she cute. So I won't be purchasing anything else from her. I won't be following her. I won't be supporting her on her YouTube channel. Like, none of that. I just don't like when people do that. I hold everybody to the same standard. Like, it's common courtesy for me. Like, there are certain places I won't shop at if the customer service that I receive is not up to par. Like, I don't play when it comes to customer service, because there's no reason why your customer service shouldn't be A1, you know? So now I'm about to go in with the e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealer in the shade Deep Chestnut. So yeah, I'm just like, girl, I really felt some type of way about that, because I didn't expect for that to happen. Like, I really didn't. And I was like taken aback by that. Like, I really was. I wasn't ready. But it's all good, you know? It's all good in the neighborhood. could, because I was able to get my money back from my bank. But it's just like, I'm hoping my bank was able to recover that money, because it's still not right for her to be able to keep the money. And my bank is pretty, I mean, I know that's what banks are for. Like, you know, they secure your funds, but at the same time, it's not up to them. Like, you should be running an honest business. So I'm just like, done. So I'm hoping that my bank is able to recover the money from her, because ain't no way she should be able to keep $145 when I never got the product. And she didn't follow through with her. Dang, I'm getting makeup all on my clothes. And she didn't follow through with her policies and things that she set for. So I'm a little done. Now I see why people don't be dressed doing their makeup. Like, because you can get it everywhere, especially once I start putting my powder and stuff on. But it's all good. I don't care. Anyway, next subject. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this out with my sponge. My Real Technique sponge. But do y'all see the way this foundation looks? Like, it looks amazing. You can't even front and say that it don't. Like, it's everything. A lot of products that I use on a daily basis are drugstore products. And for me, it's just like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So even though, like, I be trying my best to, like, try different products. Like, once one product runs out, like, try a different product and see how I like it. But it's just like, if I like what I already use, like, why try something else, you know? And like, when it comes, even with foundations, like, usually the Maybelline Matte and Poreless is my go-to drugstore foundation, which I normally use and carry with me everywhere. But I've had my NARS and I'm like, I don't want this to go to waste. I paid this money for this foundation, so we're going to use it. And I have absolutely fallen in love with it. Now, y'all, I did try the Maybelline Fit Me, the, what is it called? Like BB cream type of stuff. And it didn't work for me. And I don't know if it's the way that I applied it, because when I used my primer, like, it got so splotchy on my skin once I added the BB cream. Let me see what the correct term for it is. It's the skin tint. I'm talking about BB cream. So I got this, but it really, like, got splotchy on my skin and streaky looking. And I don't know if it was the primer, which I used the Milk Hydro Grip primer. It just didn't work for me. It didn't work for me. Another product that I'm trying to really get into that I have is my Fenty skin tint. I have that as well. And I tried it out and I like it, but I don't love it. And what's crazy is that you would think that I would like, you know, skin tints and like things like that, for the simple fact that I don't need full coverage. But I think the reason why I don't care for it is because I like a medium to full coverage, even though, like, it's not necessarily needed. It's wanted. I want to look snatched all the time. So, but most of the products that I use are drugstore because they just hit. They work for me. But if y'all got any recommendations of something that I just gotta try, I should try, like, definitely let me know down below in the comment section and I will try them out. I'm about to use the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Powder in 330 in order to set where I put concealer. I'm trying to think. Role Model here on YouTube put me on to this because I normally use either the Sacha Buttercup powder or my Laura Mercier powder. Like, those are my powders I usually use to set my concealer. But ever since I've been using this, I've been stuck to it. Like, I just love it. It just gives what it needs to give, you know? So, yeah. And as of right now, y'all, like, I am really, like, going through a midlife crisis. And, you know, I feel like I'm at the age where I can consider it a midlife crisis. I'm 34. I've been working in child welfare for a few years now. And I just don't think that's where it's at for me. And I think it could be the area. When I started working in child welfare, I worked in Southern Illinois. And now I'm in the northern part of Illinois near Chicago and the Chicago suburbs. And child welfare just hits different here, and not in a good way. Like, I have had a very hard time when it comes to the system and the courts, when it comes to these children and my caseload, and it just, I don't know. I just don't know that it's for me anymore. I was given an opportunity to move back to Southern Illinois with the agency that I was working with before in order to become a supervisor, which I was so excited about because the agency that I worked for before was amazing. Like, they truly modeled their morals and their values. And because you know how a lot of companies that you work for, y'all, like, they'll have all these values and things that they say they stand for, and y'all, they don't do it at all. They don't model it, they don't do it, like they don't advocate for it. And in certain fields, like, it's important for us to be able to model after the excellence in which we say that we're about. And I was finding out that in this field here, specifically in this area, like, y'all don't be about what you talk about. And I don't like that. So, you know, being here is just like, it really is going against my moral code with the things that I'm required to do and the way that these court systems are working. And it's just like trying to stand up for these children that we are set to protect. It's just like, but yet the judge and people who don't even work with these families on a daily basis is kind of the people who make the decisions on what happens next for these children, aren't even people that work with them on a daily basis or know what's really going on in the case. Like, yes, you know what's reported through the court reports by the workers, by CASA and things of that nature, but you're not in it. So you really don't know exactly what we're facing and what these families are facing. And for you to make some of the decisions that you make, not even taking into consideration the information that's given to you, is kind of like a slap in the face. And I'm using right now the CoverGirl Full Spectrum bronzer in ebony. Y'all, it'd be so hard to find this. I was so sad when I thought they had discontinued it because they had repackaged it, because this used to be a part of the Queen collection, and you know they no longer have that available anymore, and I thought they had got rid of it. I was just like, oh no. As I was saying, you know, like, these judges and things, like, you don't work with these families, you don't know what these families are going through, you don't know what these children are going through, but yeah, you're making the decisions because this is your title, this is your power. And some of the decisions that y'all be making, like, we say that we take these kids away because their safety is at risk, but yet the decisions that we make don't follow or align with those things that keeps these children safe. So I'm to the point now where I don't think I can continue to work in child welfare because I can't support what is going on. Like, I don't want to be a part of something that isn't right. You know, like, some people can, like, close their eyes and act like certain ish ain't happening. I'm not one of those people, especially when it's something that I'm truly passionate about, something that I truly care about. If I was a person that didn't really care, I'm clocking in, doing my job. Once I clock out, that ain't my business. I'm not that person. And I think it's because, like, even though I wasn't part of the system, I was adopted, and, you know, I have siblings who have been a part of the system. Thankfully for us, we're in a family where we were loved and truly cared for. Not every child gets that, you know. Not every child is able to be reunited with their biological family, and not every child gets a foster family that really does right by them. So I can't turn a blind eye to stuff that I know is absolutely wrong. And that's why I'm just like, you know what, I think I'm done. Now, right before COVID, I did graduate with my master's degree in professional counseling because I do want to be a therapist. And then I ended up moving to the suburbs of Chicago right after I graduated. And literally the month that I was moving is when COVID took place. Everything shut down, so I wasn't able to take my licensing exam. So now we fast forward to today. I still need to take my licensing exam. So that is on my agenda to get done before the close of this year, so that way I can be a therapist, because I really feel like that is the area in which I need to move into next. I really truly feel like that is my purpose. That is what I am meant to do, and I want to be able to help as many children and families as I can when it comes to having therapy that is accessible, that is needed, especially in our brown communities where therapy is a luxury and not a necessity, when I feel like it should be a necessity. Like, a lot of people don't realize, like, that's what's happening in their life. And being able to be a part of the solution is so important to me, especially in our community, because we lack so many resources and there's not a lot of stuff that becomes available to us, because a lot of us live in communities where it's not talked about or it's not easily accessible. So that's something that's super important to me, is to make a difference, especially in the lives of children, but also just people who are hurting. You know, a lot of us go silent to things that we're dealing with and just try to figure it out. And it's just like, there's really people out there that can help you. Like, you don't have to do it alone. And just because you get help or reach out for help, that doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you any less of a person. Like, before I started grad school, like, when you go to grad school for counseling, you are required to attend therapy yourself in order for you to be able to determine if there's any underlying things that you need to work on, so that way there's not any transference during your counseling sessions. I actually had already started attending therapy before I decided to pursue grad school for therapy, and it was probably the best thing that I've ever done in my life. Being adopted has really affected me and my relationships in a lot of ways in which I never thought, but it really does and has affected my relationships with other people, whether that's friends, significant others. And what's crazy about it all is, it's not because I lived with a family that treated me bad or anything like that. It's just a lot of things where you look at yourself differently because of what has happened to you. You know, why did my mom give me away, but she didn't give anybody else away? You know, what was wrong with me? So I did have a lot of self-esteem issues, you know, in the past that I never really correlated with the fact that I was adopted, when in reality, like, a lot of it stemmed from that and me questioning who I am. So I think another thing that I wanted to tell you guys I'm going to be bringing to my channel is my Talk to Me Tuesdays again. So if there's ever a specific topic that you want to discuss, either leave it in the comments or send it to me in a direct message, whether that's here on YouTube or on Instagram. And, you know, I can definitely discuss those topics in my Talk to Me Tuesday video. So that's one of the things that I want to incorporate here on my channel, is bringing back Talk to Me Tuesdays and discuss real life topics so we can just have a conversation. Usually once I finish my face, I pull the inside of my brows and comb them out a bit in the front so they don't look so boxy. Okay. And then this is my everyday makeup look, so we ain't doing nothing fancy. I'm going to be using my Soft Glam palette, and I'm going to use the color Mulberry. This is my favorite everyday color to put on my lids when I just want something neutral, basic, but cute. So, but yeah, as I was saying, I really know that it's time for me to change my career and move on. And sometimes it just gets to that point where you just got to do it. But sometimes I really feel oh, I want to work for myself, which eventually I do. I want to have my own private practice, because I just know what I'm put on this earth to do. And being able to finally know what your purpose is and what you are set here to do, it hits different. It really does. I want the freedom to be able to do things on my own terms while also making a difference in the lives of others. That's so important to me. So yeah. But I'm excited for what's to come for my channel. I do need to figure out how to make an intro video and all that stuff, but it's been a long time coming. A lot of things have happened in my life since I took a break when I started my YouTube channel, but I do miss having this outlet in this space in order to just share whatever thoughts I have, share whatever clothes I have, whatever new makeup I have, just whatever I want to do. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm back here on my channel. I feel like I am in a better space mentally and physically to be able to share with you guys what I have to share. I have been through a lot of things since my last video, such as losing my father, finishing grad school. You know, my son is growing up. I know the last time when I was active here on YouTube, like my son was like not even 1 year old. So it's crazy to see that he's like a full 6-year-old now, and it's just crazy. I'm about to use the Matte Gold Deposit as my highlighter for today. As you can see, it is pretty much gone, but I love this stuff. I have a drugstore highlighter that I love as well. It's by Makeup Revolution. Oh my God, I love that one. I'm gonna use it in one of my next makeup videos. If there's any specific makeup videos you want to see, anything you want to learn, like let me know in the comments and I will definitely get to it. I definitely believe that every woman should know how to do a basic face, you know, just so whether you got to go to a job interview or, you know, go on a date night, being able to do it yourself hits different. And then I'm going to be using e.l.f. Cosmetics blush palettes for my blush. I use the dark palette. I pretty much used them all up. I got another one, but I usually don't open a new one until I use the last 2 shades. So that's what we're going to do. Is get these. And I know a lot of people these days don't wear blush, but I still wear blush. Another brand that I absolutely love their products, especially eyeshadows, is Colored Rain. And that's a Black-owned business, and their products just hit every time. Like, the pigmentation on their eyeshadows are amazing, y'all. Like, I kid you not, they're bomb. They're super bomb. I hope this video turns out good, y'all, because I'm using my cell phone. My camera, I don't have a setup yet for my big camera, my Canon camera, to sit on my dresser so that way I can record. I gotta figure out a way to set it up. So I hope the quality of this video is decent, where y'all don't feel like, girl, this is a bootleg movie I'm watching. So I'm about to use the NYX Matte Liquid Liner in order to line the top part of my lids. I love this stuff. Y'all, I can't talk when I'm doing this. And one of my favorite mascaras to use is the Revlon Value Amazing Mascara. Yeah, I'm feeling like super stuffy. And make sure whenever you're using your mascara, you don't go like this, because that creates air in this, which can build up bacteria. So usually when I stick my mascara wand in the mascara bottle, I just kind of sweep through it in order to get the product, instead of like jamming the wand down inside of it and creating air pockets. So that's just a little tip. Just a little tip. And the lash glue that I use is the Duo Lash Glue. I use the orange one, so that way it's the one that you can swipe onto the lash. The lashes that I'm going to be wearing today, I'm going to be wearing my E11 lashes. These, I order my lashes from AliExpress, y'all. I order my lashes directly from AliExpress. But that's pretty much all that I really have for this channel, is makeup, lifestyle, fashion, and that's pretty much it. I'm your typical everyday working single mom that happens to love makeup and just love all things that most women do, but I like to do it in a way that works for me and my pockets. So, you know, I don't worry about nobody else. So yeah, let me put some eyeliner on while I'm waiting on my lashes to dry. Oh shoot, that hurt. I like stuck myself a little bit. Ooh, I stuck myself. Okay. I really need to sharpen this the next time. So we're gonna put our lashes on, set our face, and we are ready to go. Look at this. Y'all see the face. Y'all see the face. It's sitting pretty. I got my lights on my vanity, so it's kind of like I'm not giving you the full effect of what my beat looks like, but it looks good today. Like, who is she? Who is she? It's me, Katrina. Y'all ain't got no good sense. So we're gonna throw these lashes on. Lashes just really set the look. It really just takes your makeup look from a 5 to a 10. Seriously. And you see how those lashes just set the look off? Let me set my face. I'm gonna set my face with the NYX matte setting spray. This here, this is that. We're just gonna wear some lip gloss today, y'all. This is my favorite lip gloss by Bath & Body Works. All right, you guys, so this is the finished look. So I wanted to thank you so much for watching this video and kicking it with me today. If you like this video, definitely don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already yet subscribed to my channel, what you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that way you don't miss another video. And until the next one, guys, I'll catch y'all later. Bye.